I'm Trevor Rainey, and I just read the essay written by Horace titled The Body Rituals Among the Nacirema, written in 1956. The essay documents when Professor Linton first stumbled upon the Nacirema in 1936, 20 years prior to the essay, and the strange practices that he saw them doing. What he saw them doing, he considered to be horrific and torture, and he couldn't understand why they would put themselves through this on a daily basis. About the Nacirema's culture, they had a highly developed market economy. They kept many shrines in their houses' worship, and they believed the human body was ugly, and they had many rituals trying to change how they looked and just different things about themselves. And all of these things are considered very foreign by Horace Minor, who wrote the essay, and by Linton, who first came across the Nacirema, and they couldn't understand why they would do this. The Nacirema had many doctors. They were called medicine men, and they would do things that were considered strange by Professor Linton, like they would go into people's mouth and take out their teeth and completely destroy their teeth and fill their mouth with magic powders. And they had many magic items that they would use on the sick, and magic needles that they would use. And another ritual that was practiced by the Nacirema, which was considered horrific and gross, was that they would take a bundle of hog hair and put it in their mouth along with powders that they considered to be magic powders. And Linton heavily judged them, kind of he was just why would they do this? And same thing with Horace Minor. And they believed that the Nacirema would completely die out very soon, because to them they just saw it as they were just torturing each other, and they were just hurting each other and not doing any good, and having strange beliefs and practices that were completely false. And yeah, so they believed they would all die out. But the irony is, in this day and age, we use the practices that were all used by the Nacirema at that time, such as dentistry, doctors, and we have our own magic medicines and liquids we all believe help us. And so clearly the Nacirema didn't die out, as we pretty much are the modern version of them. And many other practices that they had that were considered horrific, we still do to this day. And also, we have, our own shrines and religion and things that we worship, such as cell phones. Upon reading the essay written by Horace Minor, many people find themselves judging the Nacirema for their strange practices. But I believe personally that if our culture were to be analyzed today, as it were for the Nacirema, we too would be considered highly disturbing to a complete foreign culture without practice, the way we have our practices of surgery and medicine and the things we believe, the way our culture is, and the way we just go to the store and buy food, stuff like that. People from a complete different world, from a complete different they've never seen anything like that, would find it very disturbing probably to know the way we handle things, and they might even find it disturbing just the way we kill animals to eat them. And one item that would probably be very heavily talked about in a analysis of our culture today would be the use of cell phones, which were invented by a team led by Martin Cooper in the early 70s, according to Britannica.com. And the thing with the cell phone is its initial use was to be used as a more convenient way to have a telephone anywhere you go, which a telephone was used pretty much in any household at that time. and is still commonly used today, just like a house phone. But a cell phone was supposed to be a telephone you can use anywhere. It's supposed to be more convenient, but we as a culture took the cell phone and made it made it our item of convenience for anything. Like, we could use our cell phones to order food, to order our groceries, to order anything we want. We could use it for entertainment, for work, and that's just shows how our society will take anything and make it as convenient as possible. And our society is heavily focused on convenience and quickness and speed. We push everything to the absolute most convenient as possible, and an outside viewer today would find Americans staring at their phone even when they're talking to other people or watching a movie or anything, and it would be strange just the way we take it everywhere. As to them, it would probably just be seen as a small manufactured rectangle that we take everywhere, just a device. And the way it's a ritual to us, the way we go on it every day, watch whatever we want to watch while we're eating, whatever we use our phone for. Just the way we made it for our prime source of entertainment and convenience, it's just something that would be considered strange by another society or by an outside observer. And according to pewresearch.org, they state that cell phones are actually beneficial for society and for our country, despite concerns. And they talk about the concerns that children will be seeing things that they shouldn't be seeing. And even though that they state that cell phones are beneficial for the reasons of communication, and they do have many benefits to having cell phones in society, an outside observer would definitely, if they had never used something like a cell phone before, they would probably think that we don't need it and that it's a huge deal and strange thing to have in a society, that they would probably call it a strange ritual and the downfall of modern America. I'm Trevor Rainey, and this is my intercultural communications video.